I mean, I updated the site and then I was like, all right, there's a blog section down here that needs some love. And so, it would be great if there was a way to plug this in to a Next.js repo. By the way, this asked the Next.js CEO. I mean, it's this guy. He just tweeted this yesterday. Like, all right, man, I'm getting off Vercel.
What the hell?
Yeah, this is the Vercel CEO, the Next.js. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, using Next.js. I don't think that's a big deal. But, I'm definitely not going to be paying them 20 a month anymore. I was even paying more than 20. I think it was like 50 probably with traffic and, all that other crap that whatever. It's not worth it. And be moving off. You can easily self-host Next.js, by the way. That's what I'm doing with pretty much all of the projects that I'm doing now. It's all self-hosted. What do you need?
But this
What
is
do you need Vercel
ridiculous.
for?
Like,
Huh?
this is ridiculous. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, man. They can. I was actually considering investing in Vercel a while ago. I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't. Anyway, all right, cool. So, plan for today, man. We need to start like actually building this. Like, I felt like towards the end of last time, we're getting ourselves a little bit depressed. A little bit depressed because it wasn't clear. Like,
Oh,
okay,
no,
who are we
sure,
going to
man.
target? Who are we going to target? How are we going to reach them? Like all of these questions, which, I think are valid. I think they're important. But again, like don't forget, like the reason we're doing this is, get that muscle going. That shipping muscle needs to get exercised. And it's not getting exercised when you're sitting and philosophizing about like how you're going to reach these people. Like I think it's clear that there's an opportunity. Next.js developers want to launch a blog. Maybe you have an existing blog, maybe you don't. If you have an existing blog, great. Maybe you wire up some sort of feature to import existing posts and then you can, auto generate some other ones or, figure out a way to make that work. But I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Well, the thing is, yesterday, the last time when we talked about it, I think it was very important that we had that call because we kind of came to um, a point where we have to make a decision either to go the bootstrap way, where you can just put out a form and have people sign up to show interest, or we
Yeah.
go the second route where we want people to actually, we want to know if people are willing to pay, not sign up.
Yeah.
And if people pay, it's unlike a fundraising. They have to see the product right away. Like they need to see something they paid
Yeah, of
for.
course.
So that's where we had to make that decision.
No,
So
I
we
think
opted for,
I think we definitely have to have something. Like
yes, exactly.
you can't
At
just
least,
put up a smoke screen because what are you doing then? Who are you kidding, right? You're just putting up
yeah,
stupid landing pages? Is that what we're about? Are we just here sort of building landing pages and launching them? I mean,
that's easy to
sure,
do.
I
Yeah.
don't see anything wrong with that. If, you know, um
No, I think it's very wrong if you are trying to develop something that you want to test if people actually need it.
yeah, so
If you
you're
want to
saying
test
like
interest,
if you don't know that the thing is going to work and you start selling the thing, that's probably wrong, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly certain this is going to work. We already sort of
inshallah.
verified that,
Yes,
okay,
the
the trickiest bit was
technicalities.
going to be like, okay, figuring out this part, and that's already been sorted.
Yeah.
So the question then becomes, how do you sort out the rest of it is just scaffolding, really. It's going to be prompting, sort of generating the posts, tweaking the prompt, doing random stuff. But we're fairly certain you can generate a hero image, you can generate the post, the headings, the titles, you can publish it, all that stuff possible. So, all of this stuff, scaffolding around the idea, but the core part, it absolutely can be done. So, yeah, I mean, what can I say, man? What can I say? I feel like I feel like maybe we should actually do this because, like I said, I mean, I've already got a few projects where I think this is going to be super helpful. And then um, for other people, like just recording a demo video, you need to have something ready, like at least the scaffolding. So maybe what we do is we start with the front end, just sort of figuring out, okay, what's the front end going to look like? So, from the user perspective, and then set up that front end and then work our way back, like figure out, okay, which features do we absolutely need to include, and then which stuff can we delay? Basically, scope out the thing. Um, and then, yeah, that's it. Basically, work through it. How's that sound?
Yeah, I agree. Because you know, thinking about it in the past couple days through the weekend, like you could have many scenarios where this actually comes in very extremely handy, especially if you're in a startup stage. Like you wouldn't want to worry about this. You would want to worry about like customer development more, maybe, developing your product more or whatever. Imagine if this was autopilot. Everything is
Yeah.
done for you.
Oh, 100%, man. Like
It would
yesterday,
elevate a lot of pressure.
I saw this tweet yesterday. This guy was talking about how, let's try and bring it up. Here it is. Okay. It's just loading. One second. Okay. Uh, I need to send it to myself so it shows up. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so this was the tweet. So basically, like this guy has a platform called Postbridge, which allows you to um, like automatically post to TikTok and Instagram Reels and whatever. So he's talking about how like he hasn't opened TikTok in a month, and it's driving customers for him daily by just using his tool. Basically, he sets up a bunch of posts, kind of like Buffer, but for TikTok, Instagram Reels, that sort of
Hmm.
thing. So he sets up he loads up, the canon, so to speak, posts it automatically, and then just gets customers. So I'm thinking like it's basically going to be this, but for blog posts, and it's basically doing SEO on demand, and you know maybe this could be like a future idea, which is to automatically generate somehow. I don't know, like
Post,
he's got
post
like
a
some
lot.
best practices, so maybe we can do this for them. But I think that could be huge. So basically, this idea that it just gets done for you. Um,
Mm.
the problem, of course, is like we're targeting developers, so maybe it's a bit more difficult to convince them that this is worthwhile. But you know, I don't know. Like we see the value, right? Maybe other people see the value as well. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're startups that just got funding and they feel like they need to spend on this, and we can swoop in and help them with it. I don't know. Like we'll figure it out. But again, like I think like fast growing companies that need scalable SEO content without an SEO team, like this seems like a pretty good target customer to go after. Um, just growth. Like, focus on the outcome, which is, just get growth, and you don't have to worry about like content marketing people and all of that stuff. All right, cool. And then, just posting on like Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever, saying, oh, we had a blog that started from scratch, and now we're getting thousands of hits each month, and then using this tool. So basically the same approach that Jack, just demonstrated with Postbridge, which is You don't have to post anything. It just gets done for you automatically. And your value to customers is clicks, like traffic.
So the
You
scope
don't have
would
to figure
be,
out SEO. It gets done for you automatically.
so out of the scope would be automatic posting to different platforms,
Ah, cross post,
cross post, yeah.
social media. Okay.
Then we just need to decide the scope, like what kind of content is generated? Just blogs or
Yeah.
tweets
Yeah, it's
mentioning
primarily
code?
blogs. And
All
then
right, so it's blogs. And then do we also generate images for that blogs too, like photos for the post?
yeah, I think that's table stakes, and it's not hard. So, we can,
Okay, so
like, I'm
we
thinking, okay, for posts that actually look good, you're probably going to need a hero image. You're going to need a summary, um, and then like an intro, sort of the body, and then the end, and like some CTAs, like, oh, subscribe to our thing, and so. I don't know if subscribe to our thing is necessarily required.
subscribe.
Yeah, like join an email list.
I think um, it's good to have, but I don't think it's necessary at this stage because uh,
It's going to require
the blog
integrating with some third-party provider.
Mailchimp, yeah, but it's yeah. Go on, go on.
Yeah, just give me a sec. All right. Sorry about that. Can you still hear me? Hello? Damon. Yo, Mr. Abraham, you there? All right. Let's see. In scope, out of scope. So email subscription, that's gonna be out of scope. And then what's gonna be in scope? So basically the way I kind of imagine this is like SEO keyword research. That's gonna be part of notes, right? That's gonna be there. So search volume, keywords, volume, competition. Okay, add images. So interactive components. These are like photo boxes, overlays, etc. I think these we can introduce later, and then interlink to other related posts. That would probably be a good one to include. Um, Link to existing post, and then maybe we can add like an API for retrieving existing posts. I think this would be useful for like existing pages. So if you want to do like you have like an existing Next.js page and you want to display the posts directly on the page, it would probably be a good idea to include a link to existing post. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. I
Thank you.
apologize that that took a minute. Yeah, I just added a few more things. You know, what I'm thinking is like, all right, like this, the simple way to set this up would be to just, like we would, so we would have to, alhamdulillah.
Cool.
Whew. You know,
Whoa, what's that?
all right. I muted the stream, but you know, unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to mute your audio stream, so you got the full experience. All right.
Yeah, I can feel this. Yeah. So,
So what I'm thinking is like, all right, so you come to this site, you drop your website. We crawl the main page on the site. Um, I don't know, maybe crawl like a few other pages. I don't know, but basically collect some details about like your site, and then maybe we can even allow you to enter manual information. It's basically like you feed the information about what your product is and you know who you're targeting, and then
I think,
we use like so this is I'm just describing like what the ideal flow
yeah,
might
yeah,
look
okay.
like, and then we can figure out like
Strip
what's
out.
core and
Yeah,
then you know what's not. But
yeah.
you know, I imagine you enter your website, um, it crawls your site, feeds it to GPT, and then figures out like who your target, what your product is, who your customer is. You know, if there are any like location specific thing, if you have like a local business or if it's more of a like a global thing, and then it pre-populates all of the information that we would require, and then it presents it to you, and then you can modify it. So, you know, this could be like basic information like the product, the target customer, the geography that you're going after, and and then and then it generates the titles for you, and then you can pick. which so you basically just generate a bunch of titles. So let's do um, generate titles for posts, or maybe comes up with a strategy like strategy uh, delivers content strategy. So basically, a strategy would look like, okay, I actually saw this. Where did I see this? It is one of the. I don't know where I saw this actually. Let me see. Oh, I just have this. Okay. Um, it's like so basically what you do is like you come up with a strategy and then the strategy would have like like in the course that we were doing, he said there needs to be some sort of uh plan. So basically you need to say, all right, I'm going to do long tail keywords on particular like if we go back to what we did with, I think it was Arabic OCR maybe. So basically, we're trying to come up with some sort of plan. So we say, all right, maybe we hit this one, but it has lower search volume. Maybe we hit like adjacent keywords. Maybe you try to go after Tahweed PDF, but then you need to have like variables for the different types of file formats, and then you can combine like all of them to create like some sort of strategy. I'm thinking like that. So basically, you come up with like some sort of strategy, and it's basically going to be like, taking all of the information from Surfer SEO or whatever it is, the API that we're using, feeding it into like GPT, and then asking it to come up with a strategy. And you present that strategy to the customer, and then they say, all right, this strategy looks good, or maybe they don't like the strategy, they want to modify something, but you deliver a content strategy. um, and we can put an example there, and then like based on that content strategy you generate titles for posts, and then you can either make it entirely automated, or you can have like more granular control. So instead of just generating titles, maybe you generate an outline and then the guy can modify the outline and then hit publish or generate. You can decide like what level of granularity to allow the customer to have. But I think the ideal flow would be you feed your website, it generates like all of the information around your product, customer, everything, and then it delivers a content strategy to you. You say, okay, this looks good, it generates posts and publishes them on a schedule. That's it. You don't want to dump like all of the posts immediately because
Yeah.
I mean then Google is going to pick up on the fact that you're just like generating AI slop. But if you do it
Mm.
gradually over time, then I think it's less likely to like indicate that this is just generated content. And that's it. Like, I think that's basically all you need. That would be the ideal experience. And then obviously the integration, like just paste snippet and you're done. Maybe you do some customization, like design customization, but I mean that's a can of worms, man. Like that can really become its own project. So maybe we want to be a bit careful about like how we do that. Um, I think again, if we're talking like ideal flow, it would be like take a screenshot of your site, since we already have that, um, and then create a blog that matches the aesthetic by default. Yo, yo, by default, right? It takes a screenshot of your site, and then it creates a blog that matches the aesthetic by default without you having to do anything. Bro, that would be nuts. But that's a whole freaking project. I mean, we're not talking about like a simple MVP here. This is well within the territory of like, I think I might as well just drag it over here, right? I don't think that's gonna happen.
Also, so when it comes to SEO, we also have so say for example, okay, so SEO has like multiple criteria to work on, be it blog post, be it crawling, whatever. So so I've been looking at SEO solutions out there, and one thing they do mostly is you provide your URL and then they tell you what's wrong with it, SEO wise. Like you're missing a sitemap, you're missing headers, you're missing whatever.
You mean for
So
the
in
main site
general,
or for the blog?
no, your main site.
Okay.
So
So
it's basically fixes all SEO attributes for you. That's one aspect of SEO. Like one side of it is you fix the SEO issues in your website, be it your lack of sitemap, all that generic known stuff, you know.
I
And
think
then there
Next.js
is the
generates a
blog
sitemap
too.
by default. I'm not sure, but I think so.
Yeah, but there is a possibility that the developer, overlooks this. So the meta description maybe is not relevant, stuff like that, you know. And then you'd have the blogs. The blogs would be based on the content of your website, the scope, the description, and it will automatically generate the blogs for you.
Oh
The
yeah. So
blogs
these are the solutions
obviously
that you
would,
checked, you're saying? Actually, I
yeah,
just
no,
realized Next.js doesn't automatically generate a sitemap, so you have to set that up.
yeah. So that's when I said, and we've got multiple scopes that we have to, like multiple attributes that we have to consider. But which one do we start with? Do you allow the users to, because obviously we will not allow any edits to whatever is generated, because that will create, uh, a complexity for the MVP. At least like generally, مثلا you generate a blog post and then the user will be able to edit the blog post you generated. That means you don't
Yeah,
have to provide
that's
editing
actually a
tools
good
and
one.
stuff like
I
that.
feel like you probably want to allow that, since they won't have control over the posts through their own repo. I think you probably want to let them control it.
Mm. But like for the MVP, we just have to be, I think, much more specific on what should be in the scope, because I feel like,
I mean,
uh,
so the goal of the MVP is to get paying customers. That's it. It's
yes,
not to keep the customers, although, that would be nice. But I think retention comes with time, where, you ask customers, a customer signs up and they're, hey, what the hell? You guys don't have the ability to edit a post. Are you crazy? I want a refund. And you're like, all right, okay, you know what? Here, we just published this. So that I would consider part of retention. And, that's a clear signal that, okay, there's something missing in the product. But, it's not something that they're thinking about when they're paying. So what you want is to take away any objection that they would have to paying. And
if they
uh,
paid, it means it's something they're interested in.
the value
So
proposition is
obviously,
strong.
yeah,
Like, okay, they vibe
yeah,
with the problem that we depicted. So that's
yes,
what we want to do with the MVP is just figure out, okay, that first part, how do we get people to vibe with the problem and know if people are vibing with the problem or not? Like if they have the same issue. So the
smart,
problem in my head is like, okay, SEO is complicated. You don't have time for that, especially if you're a small company, you're kind of stretched too thin anyway. You don't have time to sit and think about SEO and posts and all that. So that's where we fit in. It's like, all right, we tell them, all right, you know what? Instead of you manually doing this or taking some course or, hiring someone and paying them a lot of money, and then, you have to figure out like how to publish their stuff. No, you don't have to do any of that. Just take your
yeah.
existing site and we'll implement all the SEO best practices and boom, you're done. So that's
Okay,
the
I
beauty of
have a
it. It's done
question.
for you.
I have a question. So this tool actually does. So we're talking about auto SEO, yeah.
Hmm.
So So this out of the scope. I'm talking about out of the scope. I feel like tracking. How do you feel about tracking the performance? like the SEO
Oh,
performance
definitely
for
out of scope.
destination. Yeah, so we need to put that in. And also, okay, so what about this? So the focus would only be in the blog posts now, like for the scope. We will only generate the blog posts, but with a twist. We will so we will crawl your site, we will know your keywords, and then we will we will maybe reference href to analyze those keywords, and then based on the results, we will probably push those results into the generation of the blog posts
Hmm.
for the MVP, that is.
Yeah. So landing page, so site integration as well. Paste them in. Yeah, that's basically it.
I'm not sure about how the approved content strategy would be like, so I'm having a little bit of trouble
So I'm
with
thinking
that.
about that based on, so basically what I did, right, for Mint. I was thinking, all right, what are we gonna do about Mint? And then I'm like, okay, let me just take all the keywords, feed them into, so let me see if I can bring this up. Uh, scale. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to,
Okay, so what's how do you envision it? Like you generate like a blog post and then you just accept the blog post,
yeah, I
or what
mean,
do you? Yeah,
no, so the strategy is a step in between. So it kind of gives you a little bit more control over like the approach that you're going to take. And it's basically this step that I showed you earlier, which is okay, do you want to target long tail keywords? Do you want to do like a bunch of posts about like specific topics? Um, it's it's kind of like a settings page that gives you control
ah,
over the type of
yeah, yeah.
posts that you can generate. Because if
It's
you
like
go
a
straight to
tone.
generate post titles, you
Yeah,
might
yeah,
get great post titles. You might get rubbish. It might be like, okay, I don't want to do this at all. Like this is definitely not something that I want to. We can recommend a content strategy, but they need to approve it. It's basically like a settings page.
yeah. All right.
It's
I think
kind of
it's
hazy,
clear.
but I'll show you when we get to, we'll
No, no,
take
I think it's
maybe Mint as an example, but I actually did this and I just fed it like all of the SEO data and I told it, hey, look at all these keywords and then suggest a strategy for how we can do SEO. And then here it says,
okay.
okay, start by doing these types of posts and then these have low traffic. You should be able to low traffic, long tail, but they're not competitive, so it's easy for you to get started with these. So publish these first, and then, you can publish all of these other types of posts once you've got like a little bit of domain ranking, like you're starting to rank for some of these terms. And it made total sense. I was like, all right, that's a great strategy. So that's basically what it is just surfacing it to the user and saying, all right, this is the logic. You're going to see individual titles, and they may or may not make sense, but this is the sort of overall logic for how
No,
things
that's
are going to
good.
work.
It's very clear. Yeah, we should.
But man, this is a lot of scope. I mean,
It
I don't know if
is
there's stuff here that we can cut back. I mean, let's try to turn this into turn it
task.
into a to-do list, and then try to check off the ones that we absolutely need. So site integration, you definitely need. Actually, we shouldn't check it off. Or yeah, just and then queue posts and publish. Okay. I mean, that's kind of core, right? SEO keyword research.
It is important to
Yeah, that's
generate
sort
proper
of the
blog
core value
posts.
proposition
Yeah.
is you
I
don't
think
have to.
everything is, I think what we can do is, the approval of content strategy. I think that's something uh, we can,
It's
skip.
not complicated. Like it's just going to be generate the content strategy, show it to the user, and then, just they just need to click yes, and then you start generating posts. So it's just like one extra step in the onboarding flow. I
Well,
don't
the
think
rest is
it's
important.
complicated. What's that?
Then I think everything else is important.
I
It's
mean,
critical
strictly
for.
speaking, this is optional, so we don't necessarily need to crawl the site. We can just collect details directly, so have the customer sort of type it in. But,
But
it's
you
going to be a
want it to
horrible
feel
user experience.
automated.
Yeah, yeah,
You want the user to feel like he's chilling.
yeah. But again, like the MVP, like this would happen after, right? So, um,
What about the collect details? Like we can crawl the site. Why do we need to collect details?
I mean, approve. Like the guy needs to approve the details.
Mm,
Because we're going to crawl the site and then we'll feed it to GPT. I mean, basically anything that you generate, you want the user to approve because maybe the generation is rubbish. Yeah, or you just want to show the user that, hey, we did the work, can you just double check, make sure it looks good, and then we'll move
Is
on to
this
the
a,
next
this?
step.
Do you think this is important?
Yeah, of
Like
course.
if we crawl the site,
Yeah.
if we crawl the site, we're just collecting the user's data
Hmm.
um, because he keyed in those data. But for the generated strategy, it's something we generated. So
Yeah,
obviously
but
he
the
needs to
site might
approve.
have a lot of information. It might just be a landing page. Like maybe you don't have enough info. You don't know if the site has enough info or not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my concern. If it's just a landing page, you're not going to have any information. It's just going to be made up. And
Concern
so at that point, like you're basically going to give them empty fields.
Should the concern be in the MVP though?
So are you saying we don't need to crawl the site, or are you saying if we crawl it, we don't need to let the user
Yeah,
approve the detail?
we can go directly to generate the strategy.
Um,
I mean,
but
if
the
it's
approve
easy to
is
do,
easy.
like
Like
it's fine.
the tricky part would be this, and this part is just like, a gate at the end that says, all right, let's just add a sanity check to make sure that the data makes sense.
Mm. I think the crawling site is important because if you provided fields to the end user and you ask them to fill in the details, it could be lengthy too.
Yeah.
Like so, but you have to basically repeat whatever is assumably in the website.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of work, and maybe you're worried you're not putting in enough detail. I mean, I definitely see the value
Mm,
to crawling, just automatically crawling, and you can even highlight that on the landing page that, bro, you don't have to do anything. All you need to do is enter your URL, and boom, like
URL
it's taken care of. You don't have to. You're basically just clicking at that point. And if you want to modify or tweak something, you can do that, sure. But
in
the,
the
the default
future.
is you just have to click through. So I don't see a problem with like approval because, best case
Okay.
scenario, it's just one extra click. Worst case, we screwed up the crawling or there's not enough info or something like that. Then at that point, like they can modify and fix it. But the actual approval process is pretty simple to the user. It's not going to add a lot of friction. And again, like I think all this stuff happens probably post sign up. I don't know. Like we can decide where we want to put the gate. We can say, all right, we crawl your site, and then maybe we allow you to generate a content strategy, and then we ask you to pay. I don't know. Like we can decide, like, how far we want to let free users to go before we force them to pay.
Yeah.
maybe it's okay to get up until this point early on, and then later on we just push the gate back, and then we say, all right, once things are a little bit more proven, then at that point we say, all right, you know what,
Pay early.
you need to pay right up front, even before we do a crawl, maybe. But I think early on, people are not going to believe that this thing actually works, or maybe, they think it's crap. Um, so maybe there's some sense in having some free features before we force you to pay here.
Yeah. Well, we
That'd be
can think
cool,
about
actually.
that when when we get the MVP, we can decide where to
Yeah.
put the payment link.
It's chunky. I mean, it's definitely chunky in terms of scope. This is going to
It is.
require like this part here, integrating with an SEO provider, integrating with a crawler thing, approved detail. Like, this is straightforward. Okay, this is straightforward. Just an AI call.
The rest
AI
is
call.
straightforward too.
Okay,
Yeah.
queue is a bit annoying. I mean, maybe you don't need an actual queue. Maybe you just need a background process.
A
I
cron job maybe.
instead of doing whole, full blown freaking bull MQ, maybe instead what we do is we just have a cron job, and the cron job just wakes
Mhm.
up because again, like this is not time sensitive. So maybe we have one job that runs every day, and it's just a cron job. So it checks all of the stuff that needs to be
Just
published and then updates the flag. That's it. Like
yeah.
that would be super straightforward. I don't think we need a queue here. Um, and then you'll have uh, yeah. Site integration, yeah, we tested this, should be straightforward. I mean, I guess these are the chunky bits here, is like probably the first two. Um, the rest is going to be straightforward. Yeah, I like this. I definitely feel like this is
Let's
doable.
get
This is going to be
into it.
valuable. Yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited to dive into this.
Let's start doing the first
All right.
integration in the
Amazing. You pumped? Are you pumped? Are you ready?
you bet, man.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Are we going to init the repo right now?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this. Here we go. By the way, I don't think we should use TypeScript. I read a post on LinkedIn where the guy was a thought leader was saying you shouldn't be using TypeScript
Why?
because it slows you down, and then you get like all of these stupid, you know, bugs that you need to fix. Instead of calling it auto SEO, I'm thinking like rank first. I'm just thinking like benefit based instead of just saying feature based.
Hmm.
You go benefit. What's the benefit to the user? They rank first. Yeah, that would be cool. I think so. Benefit first. So, what do you think? Rank first or rank
Uh,
one or something like that? Rank once. Rank first. Rank first.com. Well, .com. I mean, it's not gonna be .com. Let's see. Rank first. You're gonna get .co. .co, not bad. .io. Definitely not gonna buy it from this guy, but I think it's great because it checks like all of the. There's all TLD Vercel. Vercel had a site where you could check all the TLDs. I don't mean.
rank first, rank first.
Vercel had one. Vercel.com/domains. Okay, so rank first. Oh, here it is. It just shows everything. Yeah, that's good. FYI. Okay. Dot website. Dot site, probably. Yeah, rank first dot site. That's not bad. IO, I think is decent. And then there is dot co. So yeah, probably dot IO or dot co.
There's the dev too. It's not bad.
Dot dev.
The
Yeah, dot
technical,
dev. I mean, it sounds too
the
technical, maybe.
technical.
I don't know. Yeah. Rank first, .co. Hey, .co sounds good, man. I think that's decent. Or .io. I'm kind of feeling .co or .io. What do you think? .site
Hmm.
maybe.
Usually, like many of the SEO people go for .co, I think, for some reason. Sparkpost.co, something like that.
Yeah, let's not overthink it.
Yeah, whichever is feasible to us, we just go for it.
I mean, .com would have been nice. Rank first. What is on rankfirst.com anyway? It must be an SEO thing. What?
What
Oh,
the
come on. This rubbish?
tech support?
Unbelievable. Rank first? Why would they care about like that's so dumb. I don't know. It just kind of looks lame. We really need to figure out like how to rank AI, scale, hyper SEO. Rank Rocket? Not bad. Rank Rocket. I mean, if you can get like the .com, maybe it's worth it. No, it's just gonna be rubbish. Yeah. All right. Cool. Um, yeah. All right. So I bought the domain rankfirst.co, and that's gonna be our app. We're all set. It's very nice, nice and quick. All right, cool. So would you like to use type? Let's skip over TypeScript just for this once. Actually, no. I feel like I need TypeScript. Maybe we don't. Maybe we do. I don't know. If I feel like it's holding us back, we'll stop. But what gets me worried is the Prisma stuff. Honestly, like the Prisma, I get worried about like not being able to see all the different bugs, especially with the AI generated stuff. Like you're generating AI code anyway. It's not like you're handwriting the code. So typically, a TypeScript error means something's gone wrong. So if you bypass that entirely, you're just going to find out in production if things are working or not. Okay, while that kind of runs, I'm going to go for a quick toilet break, and then we can resume. Still be quick,
Please
but
take
you
it.
never know with these things. I mean,
You never know when a clogger comes in, you know?
we're still live, yo. We're still live.
Yeah,
All right.
man. All right.
Oh, what do you know? That was actually quick. Are you still there? Oh, I can't hear you.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I see you now. I mean, I hear you. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's fire this up. Just make sure the test repo is going. We good, we good. Do you think we need to take inspiration from existing tools? Or should we just sort of dive into this and kind of hope for the best here? I just not.
Just dive into it.
Just dive into it. I love it.
Yeah,
Then at least you don't risk like copying someone else, right? You know, it's like
exactly.
100%.
Pure creativity.
Oh, there we go. Pure creativity right from the creativity corner. All right, cool, cool, cool. So the rough plan we have already up here. Let's see how much of this we can actually get through. How much? I don't know. We'll see. So, front end wise, like what I'm imagining is like we're gonna do, bro, let's just feed this all into, I'm kind of feeling like maybe we should just feed it all into GPT and kind of see what it makes out. I don't even know what I want. Like, what will it say? Like, maybe we can ask it what the ideal flow should look like. Maybe, I don't know. Review all of the notes below and help me figure out what the ideal user experience would look like when designing this app. Okay, I'm just gonna feed all of that in there. We tried ChatGPT content. What? They're paying? Oh. Landing page, sign up, add auto SEO wizard, one file install, quickly prove smart research, deliver value instantly. Holy crap, we've got a full blog in a quarter hour and it looks native to our site. Oh wow. Keyword discovery tab. Approval. Okay, this is way too yo. This is way too complicated. Okay, bro, take a chill pill. We're just trying to build an MVP here. We want a simple flow. Can you just explain the steps that the user would follow in order to get um, fully onboarded on the MVP? I don't even know what I want from this thing, man. I just feel like it's risky, diving into this without double checking it with an AI. I don't even know what I want. I just wanted to say, okay, you know what? This was really nice. Good job. Let's go. That's all I want, man.
You became lazy, man.
I just want validation that it says, okay, you know what? This is smart. Good job. Good on you. Did you actually think of this yourself? That's all I need. Writes 3 to 5. Okay, automatic sitemap done. Live preview. 4 minutes of
5.
clicking. Time to live posts 10 minutes. That's the entire MVP flow. So, okay, let's see. Sign up with GitHub. Authorize SEO. Pick Next.js repo. Select the branch. We open a PR that contains hit merge. We crawl your homepage plus docs for call. Oh, okay. All right. So it's suggesting doing this
What?
via GitHub.
Why GitHub though?
Oh, okay. So like your, I see. I see what it's trying to do. Hmm.
Yeah,
So you
but
connect
I don't
your
think
your
it's
site
really.
and then but then you wouldn't be able to see a preview until like it goes straight to your
Exactly.
site. I mean, that's pretty risky, right?
Yeah, and it also adds another layer of complexity where you have to match because now you have access to the code, meaning you have to match at least the CSS, the template, whatever, to
Ah, yeah, yeah. You can see the code. That's actually a positive.
yeah, but it adds a layer of complexity to the MVP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So basically, like we do the integration for you, and now it's going to be like, okay, so which version of Next.js are you using, and then is it compatible? I mean, yeah, there's going to be. Do you have an existing sitemap? If you do, then we need to generate like a different sitemap and then merge it with your existing site. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a bit of work,
tedious.
especially
Yeah.
since like our integration is supposed to be super simple. So you just copy paste a few lines. Um, the point of doing that is that we don't do it for you. It just automatically gets done. But I see the advantage of doing it this way. Anyway, all right, whatever. Like we're just gonna add that to okay, auto patch your repo, connect GitHub and auto patch your repo. Okay, yeah, that would be nice to have, but it's out of scope right now. Cool. All right, whatever. Yeah, thanks. Cool. All right. So, what do we need to do? SEO keyword research, call site for background. All right. So, what I'm thinking is like let's just create the page, man. Let's we're gonna create the page. Um, let's create a sign up wizard. On the first step, the user enters their website URL. We then crawl their website URL, retrieve all of the contents, feed it to an AI that then suggests some keywords. We then,
Based on what?
bro, it just hit me. It just hit me. Like we're just doing a bunch of stuff. Like why aren't we using NaN for this? You know what I'm saying? Like for
Ah,
the MVP, shouldn't we be just using NaN? Like you enter a bunch of info, we trigger an NaN workflow with all of that, and then we just like see the output directly.
will it be okay with an 8N?
As the tricky part is like you
Like,
have
how
these
would
approval
you
steps.
approve? Yeah,
Mm.
how do you approve and all?
I mean, we can create the flow. So, you trigger it by giving it a domain, and then like you get
So
back.
we can create multiple flows. Like
Yeah,
once the user approves, it goes to the second flow.
yeah, yeah. It triggers another workflow, and then
Yeah,
that workflow. But the cool part is like we can iterate on all of these things, so that you can really dial in the output. Whereas if you're modifying it in code, you have to run it, and it's more painful to test.
yeah.
All right, let's take a quick toilet break, and then we'll continue.
Are you okay, man? What did you have?
Oh man.
You may go in peace. Whoa.
All right, all right, all
Oh
right.
man, we can't hear you. Now we can.
Okay, now?
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, yeah.
I think you're on this mic here. The Pro mic, unfortunately, like the Pro mic is gonna have low volume, so you're probably not gonna hear me very well. Let me see if I can change it back. Okay, now you should be able to hear me fine. Cool, cool. All right, so what were you gonna do? NaN, man. Like I kind of feel like NaN would probably be the right way to do this. And then, if we bump into something that NaN probably has an integration with Surfer SEO, Surfer best apps and software integrations. SEO. Let's see. Does it have anything? No, no SEO. Okay, so it doesn't have SEO, so it's not going to help us there. We'll still have to do a manual integration. But I think, like by default, we should probably be doing NaN, and then unless we have a strong reason to try something else. Uh, yeah. So anyway, what was the other one that does fire crawl? I think. Crawl. It doesn't even have a crawling thing. I mean, that's kind of stupid, guys. I mean, this is basic stuff. How do we not have a crawling thing? Guys. I mean, ridiculous. Okay. All right. So it looks like we're gonna have to figure everything out on our own. Okay. All right. Let's just do NaN, and then we'll eject if we kind of feel like okay, this is not serving us well. But at least by
Your friends are
default,
dropping, yeah?
the what?
Your friends,
No, they're not.
you're lagging.
Maybe that's your crappy internet. Why are you assuming it's me?
I'm 100% sure.
No, the stream is perfect, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you sure?
Yeah, check out the stream, man. Let's see.
All right.
Oh, it says YouTube is not receiving enough video. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, a flogger.
The stream is clogged, it would appear. Hmm. Huh. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. I'll just sit here and hope that it fixes itself. We'll do that. All right, great. Can you hear me though? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good to
yeah, yeah.
know. Rank first. Rank first. All right, so we're in rank first. We're going to create a workflow. And for this workflow, we're going to start with, um, let's say, a form submission. Uh, okay. So the form title is going to be enter URL. Uh, okay. Or rank first. Field name is URL. It's going to be well, a URL. Okay, text. And then, right. Cool. All right. Okay. I think that's it. So, yeah. So test workflow, that's going to open up this. You just enter your URL. Okay, cool. So we got your URL. Then what? Then we fire up. So the one that I know about is called Firecrawl. This is like a pretty popular one. It just does crawling. Yeah. It's like super. Let's do a test. Okay, yeah. It's pretty decent. Okay. They have JSON? Okay. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, kind of does a good job. All right, cool. Yeah, so they can also crawl like multiple pages, so it doesn't have to be just this. You can crawl like a bunch of pages based on links, so and exclude certain paths, blah blah. Um, but for the simple thing, it's just gonna be scrape. So I think we can definitely do this. What's pricing like? Let's just make sure that it's
The
okay.
price, yeah.
500 pages for free, and then 3,000 credits per month. Okay. What are we doing? Extract? Okay, extract is if you want to get like what is extract anyway? I assume it's like you want to extract certain info. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. All right, so 500 pages is free. Not a bad price. I think it's pretty decent. Yeah. 19 a month for 3,000, also very decent. I don't think that's gonna be a problem. If we get like 3,000 visitors, we're gonna end up paying 19 bucks a month. Okay. I can live with that. Yeah, I think it's all right. Okay. Yeah. Um, so yeah, well, where's the API? Docs. Okay. Right. So actually NaN means we're gonna write the code ourselves, right? I mean, this is gonna be painful. Uh, okay. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. Bro, what are we doing? Okay, yeah. That's the response.
The
Okay.
AP, yeah, API key, and so it could be fed to
Maybe. Let's see. So I've done this before
ChatGPT
and
engine.
I don't know like how well it works. Let's see. Let's see. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna say uh okay, so you can actually go to here and then just download it as JSON and we feed this as context. So we say my workflow dot JSON. And then just say update this NaN workflow to crawl the provided URL to Markdown, and then feed it to um, OpenAI and ask it to find keywords that are relevant to the context, or ask it to extract the product or service description. Um, what was the info that we needed? Customer, target customer, and geography, and their geography. Man, it's gonna be a stretch. This would be a stretch. I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see. Okay. Oh, I didn't feed it. I was gonna feed it the NaN OpenAI node node documentation. Yeah, this one. Oh man, we're gonna have to go detailed in here. Text operations. Yeah, I don't know if this is useful. It's probably not very useful. All right, so it did something. Okay. I would be highly suspicious if this actually ended up working. But let's see, man. Let's try it. This would be great. So import from file, just import it back. Oh, what is that? Any end nodes fire crawl? What is that? Oh,
There is
any.
a
Oh, it's
plugin.
a. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't know this was a
I
thing.
think it's a ready node, I think.
That's great. But it requires us installing it? Huh. I don't think we need all this. Like, that's unnecessary. And just a simple. Oh, it's just a simple crawl. Like, we don't need all that. Okay. I think this is gonna end up being us doing it manually, man. Although Claude Sonnet, I think, was actually better at this. Claude Sonnet, let me try. Just, sort of see how it goes. Um, we'll feed it. We'll also feed it web. Maybe that's helpful. Let's see what it comes up with. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to, what is it, HTTP request, and then submit crawl. Um, what was the fire call thing? So you just call scrape and pass in. Yeah, it's super easy. This is straightforward. URL and formats. Basic. Um, bearer your API key. Okay. User password? Uh, no, it's not going to be basic auth. It's going to be header auth. No, it's not header auth either. I guess authorization and then bearer your API key. There should be a bearer. Query auth? Custom auth. Using bearer auth. Oh, okay. It's not in the list. I didn't see bearer auth. Did you see it? I don't see it. There's no bearer
I
auth.
see it. Maybe change the generic credential type.
It's a predefined? And then just look under bearer? No, it's not there.
No.
Oh, maybe what we do is we just send headers and then we just say authorization and then bearer and then feed it inside here. I mean, it's ridiculous, but maybe that's how it works. All right, let's see. I'll just try, before we do this, I'll just import the Sonnet one and see if that's any better. Oh, oh, it did. Okay. Set credentials, fire call, process crawl results. Oh, it did. Oh, okay. It's it's doing some stuff. Combine all markdown contents. Only include items with markdown. What? I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. It just returns it in markdown. You don't have to do all that stuff. Oh, this is nice. This is pretty good. I like that. Okay. Huh. All right, so it's got the pieces there. I mean, header off. That's that doesn't exist. Raw. And then did it pass in the details? No, it didn't pass anything. Okay. Set credentials? What is that? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, so this is all useless. I guess we'll just keep this.
So what about
And here
the fire
we
crawl GitHub, the node, the fire crawl node?
no, we don't need it. I don't think it's necessary. So here we can just paste the crawl command, the curl command. Crawl. Just paste that in here. Oh, very nice. So here we just say, all right, we want Markdown, and then the URL would be, all right, we'll provide an expression, and then take that and put it in here. All right, format Markdown. Okay, yeah, this is pretty good. We'll take the API key. Let me just move that over so I'm not sharing my API key. Uh, Firecrawl. Okay, all right, we're good here. So it should it should be able to crawl it now. Okay, for mode test, and then you hit crawl, and I hope this is synchronous. I hope it's synchronous, but we'll see. Uh, and then we can just feed it into OpenAI. Oh, JSON parameter needs what? Needs to be valid JSON? What's going on here? Oh, I need to put the quotes. Yeah, it's my bad. Okay, formats markdown. Let's test that. Let's go. All right. Okay, very nice. Very nice. This is great. So we get the markdown back, and then in OpenAI, we just feed it. Let's do open router. We're gonna do text, and then we're gonna do complete. Okay. Model is gonna be, yeah, I mean, I don't
Chat
know,
GPT?
GPT 4.0, maybe 4.0. Let's go with 4.0. And then what's this guy saying? All right, blah, 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 source URL. Okay, so we can feed it like the actual source URL, which we get from form submission here. Oh, we need to change it to this. Oopsie daisy. Okay, so we're gonna go website content from okay, and then you're gonna take the markdown, which is this. Maybe the page does injection. Like, I don't know if that's gonna be an issue. Probably, right? Maybe it's gonna be an issue. Who knows? Whatever. Definitely not something to worry about in the MVP stage. So here we're gonna extract business, extract biz info. All right, let's go. You want to test? Let's test, yo. Oh, what happened? Text, JSON. Okay, so it gave us some JSON back. The brokerage service used. Okay, all right. So it's target customer, Muslim investors seeking Sharia compliant. Bro, okay, that was pretty good. Okay, all right, pretty nice. I'd say that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So it extracted the info that we need, and then I guess for geography, maybe we need to be like a bit more specific, either a country. Either return a specific country or region, or say global. All right, let's try again. What's simplify instead of the raw data? Okay, so it just says global. That's nice. All right. Sampling temperature? Okay. And then I think it has like the option to, oh, okay, no need. No need. We don't need that. Cool. All right. And then so we have this. Bro, we're already pretty far along. I mean, we need to do, so we did the crawl,
I think that should
got,
come first before the SEO.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Approved details. All right, we haven't done the approved details part, but you know, we can retrieve the details. And then SEO keyword research. All right, so that part is going to be um first of all, we need to find uh okay, let's see. Bro, Warren Buffett to retire as Berkshire CEO? Oh, interesting. Small plane crashes into Simi Valley home. What? Why do I care about that? All right, so we're trying to figure out, help me find a an SEO solution that has an API that allows me to search for keywords and then retrieve the keyword volume, competition, and some general stats about the SEO keywords. I don't even know what I'm looking for, man. That's pretty generic. It's a pretty bad query. We'll fire up research mode and see what it comes up with. So I'm thinking in the meantime, like we know Surfer SEO does this, right? Surfer SEO. Let's see. Oh, it's Surfer with a U. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Pricing. Okay. All right. Okay. 79. That's substantial. What are we looking at? Let's see. Right? And optimize. Oh, yeah, I don't care about that. 60 rank ready AI articles a year. What? A year? Build annually. Okay. All right. What is it? Monthly. Okay. All right. Okay. 30 articles a month. Five rank ready. All right. I don't care about the rank ready stuff. All I care about is track pages. I don't care about track pages. Bro, what is this rubbish? Hmm. So you have to submit a URL and then that becomes a page? Is that what it is? I don't think this is it. What did you come up with here? Moz? Spyfoo maybe?
Spyful sounds familiar.
Hmm.
So basically, it just creates it has nothing to do with automation, so it seems.
100% organic traffic. Okay.
It just gives you like an overview of your SEO performance. This is what
Mm,
I told you about earlier.
interesting. Van fund not found. Oh dear. That's not good. Is that not working? Okay. Why would it say not found? Okay, anyway. All right. I mean, even the data doesn't look very accurate. Uh, maybe SEO research. I don't know what this is for. Like, what you actually want is like, uh, maybe what you want is like keywords. I guess what we're looking for is basically the Ahrefs thing that we had here, where you can just pick, uh, What do we want? What are we trying to
Well,
get?
like keywords related to the description provided by the user.
So
So
maybe
for the
that would be
search,
an AI thing. Like we would have to get another AI step where like, okay, think about keywords that it's that strategy thing that we were talking about, right?
yeah, come up with a. So we want to for the keywords generated, we want to like find the ranking for those keywords, like where do they stand in terms of um, competition and market share, blah blah blah.
Yeah. So,
Basically, the href data,
hmm,
and then that data would be merged with the description and would be fed to ChatGPT for to GPT for the final strategy, content strategy.
yeah, this sounds like an so basically we can do like an agent thing where we give the agent a tool and that tool is, server SEO or whatever it is, and they can search for keywords and then see volume. And then they can decide, like the AI can decide when it's happy with, the keywords that it selects. We just give it a tool and then it calls the tool.
Yeah,
That's basically an agent, right? I mean, that's us saying, all right, we're gonna do advanced AI agent, yeah, AI agent, and then we're gonna say, okay, so the tool, we're gonna give it, yeah, HTTP request tool, I think, probably, yeah, retrieve the get keyword volume data for a given keyword. Get volume data, competition, and what was the other thing that we needed? Keywords, volume,
keywords.
and adjacent keywords for a given keyword and location. Okay. All right. So basically, like this would be called SEO lookup. Right. Let's see if we found an actual tool. Data for SEO. Oh, sounds like what we're looking for. Hmm. Okay. Uh, First off, let's just make sure pricing is okay. Oh yeah, okay. Keyword data API. What? Maybe Google has a thing? Clickstream data API? What is that? Based on clickstream data. Oh, okay. Bulk clickstream, global search volume. Up to 2 seconds on average. What is this? 0.15 per task? Okay. All right. Let's do it. I mean, assuming it's any good. Okay. So it returns JSON and it includes a result with the search volume. Okay, I mean you can collapse the result, so we're not staring at. Okay, it doesn't actually include. Okay, what's the information we need? Country distribution, search volume. Yeah, I don't know if this is useful, man. It doesn't have the same data that
Sure.
Ahrefs. Ahrefs had an API, right? Ahrefs API. Oh,
500? It's quite expensive.
$500 a month. Oh, that's the old one. I'm almost afraid to click the new one. Where's pricing? Hmm, not
Mangoes.
sure what this means. Limits in usage. Light build monthly. Blah, blah, blah. Rank trackers, site audit. I don't know. Pay as you go, 50 per month. Data export. I don't know what all this is. What do I need to do? How much is it going to cost? Click on them to display the curl command. Oh, you can just do it directly from there.
GSC.
Interesting.
Google Search Console tools.
Oh, how nice. Okay, so the good thing is they have an API. The bad thing is like we don't really understand what the limits are. I don't even know if I can get an API key. Can I? Can I? I could just request an API key. Account settings, API keys. Oh, generate.
Google
Really?
search tools are not accessible.
Let's try it out. Oh, we got an API key. All right, that was good.
What about mangoes? Mangoes.
Okay,
SEM.
maybe we can just use Ahrefs.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Oh, you're talking? Bro, I haven't heard your sound in a while.
Hello.
Oh no. Bro, you're muted.
Why am I muted?
Hello?
Hello.
Bro, you're on mute.
Hello.
Oh my God. You've been talking this whole time?
Hello.
I'm like, hey, what happened to the guy? I haven't heard from him in a minute.
Hello.
Oh, there. Wait.
Hello. Why was I muted?
Huh. You can be heard on the stream, just not. I can't hear you.
Because
That's
I was
weird.
talking about
Let me refresh.
Google. Can you hear me? Hello.
Okay. Try speaking
Can you
now. Bro, I can't hear you.
Hello.
Oh, maybe it's my AirPod.
Hello.
Right. Try speaking now.
Hello.
Oh man, I still can't hear you.
Why can't you hear me, man?
That's
What is
weird.
wrong? Hello.
Let me check the output. Okay, so try now. Hello?
Hello, hello,
No,
hello,
not working, man. Okay, now?
hello,
What about now?
hello,
I think it's, I think it's probably mine. I think it's my internet that's,
hello, 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 hello,
or
hello.
maybe not even the internet. I mean the sound. Oh,
For us to be able to understand the integration, how the integration can
yeah,
happen.
I can't hear anything. So strange. Oh man. Hmm. Okay, I'll just switch my mic. I'll use something else.
Okay, man.
All right. Uh,
Hello,
can you hear me now?
hello,
Yeah. Oh, I hear you. I can
hello,
hear you now.
hello,
Yes. Yes,
hello,
hello.
hello, 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 hello,
Hello
hello, hello,
indeed.
hello.
Oh, I can hear you, man.
Yes, we're back.
I am indeed.
So I was saying, there is this. I'm not sure if you've tried mangold.
Mangold?
Mangold's, yeah,
Mangoals? Oh,
yeah.
I've never heard of it.
They say it's pretty solid. Like I've never tried it, but I've heard good stuff about it.
Does it have an API?
Good question. Yep, they do. Front slash API.
Request API access. Oh man, you need to. We grant the private API access individually. Fill in the form below. Oh, so I guess they don't have pricing for API. Oh, they don't.
What about SEM Rush?
Bro, why is it so hard to find a proper API? Okay, nice, nice. Where's pricing?
Standard API is free. Oh, you go to SEM Rush, the site, the
You
original
need to buy
site.
a subscription for the business. Oh man, 500 a month.
Damn, that's 500 a month. It's just like Href.
I guess they don't
Hmm.
want you to compete with them. Maybe that's what they're thinking. But let's see if we can actually get. So okay, okay, all right. Let's say so I have this, and then I'm trying to do the SEO lookup. So what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna search for keywords and then say like halal investing, something like that. Um, and then just do like by region. I don't know what I'm expecting to get.
Probably the weight, like the competition weight.
Um, my thinking was like, okay, you can figure out. So the same approach that Danny talks about, which is, yeah, you do a keyword So you
Search.
search for certain keywords. Maybe we try this with ChatGPT. Let's try it now. We're gonna feed it this JSON. Help me come up. Yeah, see, this is what it comes up with. Cluster. Um,
Why not we use that one instead?
which one?
Like results of GPT.
Without providing it with any data about like how competitive certain keywords are.
Can it figure that out on its own?
Mm, I don't think so. Like, it's not going to be as
Yeah,
useful.
I
I
understand.
mean,
Yeah.
so I guess what we would want is if we could go to, so ideally, like we could have it generate a bunch of keywords. So let's just be very specific about what we want from it. Um, okay, so I'm trying to create an automated SEO product that where a user submits a URL, we extract all of the information that we need from that URL, and then connect to an SEO API in order to retrieve certain keyword data, and then come up with a strategy for uh, how we can automatically generate content using AI based on that strategy, and automatically publish over a certain time frame. I'd like your help figuring out the details for how we get from a URL to uh, a bunch of posts that we generate in order to implement the strategy that the user approves earlier on. Okay, let's see if we can come up with a plan. Because I feel like there are a few gaps here that we're skipping over. Let's see.
It's the keywords that's kind of a problem.
URL ingestion, HTML snapshot plus crawl queue. Okay. Site audit and data extraction, clean text, metadata, DOM map, none. Keyword universe, gaps, difficulty scores, optional approval, approved tweet. Content cluster plan, pillars plus scopes, cadence, word count, serve intent. Whoa, okay. Sounds serious. Content cluster plan. Cadence workout. SERP intent. That was another one that I didn't actually think about. Just like if the
which
intent is
is
commercial or if it's
yeah,
informational.
yeah, yeah. The vibe.
Hmm. And actually, like the type of page based on the intent, like whether it's going to be a landing page or it's got to be a blog post or it's got to be like a something else, like an infographic. Hmm. Okay, render.js, blah blah. Okay, depth one crawl by default, just page plus same directory links. Lightweight DOM to detect later layout changes. Okay, readable text. Okay, all right. Structured bits. Okay, so page title, H1 to H3 anchor text, hero image alt. Pick one, SEMrush or keywords for pages. Your own script, GSC if user already connected. Oh, you can use,
Google Search Console.
yeah, bro, what the hell is this? TF IDF of keywords, phrases, or k-means on embeddings? What? Cluster builder? Okay, bro, I'm trying to manage this in, just put an MVP together. I'm not trying to build a VC-backed startup here, okay? Let's try and keep things simple. Just tell me what I'm supposed to do for the SEO bits, okay? How do we get from the content of the page, which we crawled, to an SEO strategy? Phrase this. SEMrush, phrase this. Okay. Okay, so it gives us the, okay, volume, CPC, competition, and then number, the trends. Okay. Seems like we're gonna have to pay the big bucks. I don't see I don't see a way around this. And then how do we get access to this data SEO thing? So see docs, search volume. I was hoping for the keywords thing. Okay, keywords data API, Google Ads. What? All locations in Russia and Belarus are no longer supported across all data for SEO services due to the invasion of Ukraine.
They are judging
Oh, okay. So these guys are
pro-Ukraine
Ukrainian, I guess. I mean, look at the. I just
flag.
noticed the flag there. Okay, cool. Keywordtool.io.
What is that? Oh, it just gives you suggestions. Oh man, I thought this bit would be pretty quick. I didn't think it would be so involved. Why is it so
It's the
hard? Like,
API. It's
yeah,
the
finding
API, and it's quite expensive to be honest.
SEMrush. SEMrush was, I think, 500 a month.
They both were 700 a month, 500 a month.
Not
But I
cheap.
think we need to not ship at all. I think we need to know what do we need from the what do we exactly need from the API.
I was thinking, we would just take this and then have it suggest a bunch of keywords,
Okay,
uh, and then
search for those
make
keywords.
yeah, give it a tool. So allow it to perform searches for individual keywords, and then get volume data, and then create a strategy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So it's the volume
Crawl,
that's
pick cluster tops, content briefs plus calendar. Generate seed keywords 30 to 50. Google Ads keywords planner. Okay. Uh, Deep rows where. Oh, okay. SERP API related keywords. Huh. So this would just return the search results. I don't see what the point of this is. SERP API related keywords. We're not going to get keyword difficulty. It's trying to be super smart and cluster into topics and blah blah, not realizing that you can easily use an LLM for all this crap. No cluster crap, just use LLMs. Fetch, strip, okay. Title, meta description, H tags, and then body text, okay. Prompt skeleton. From this applied text, list 15 to 20 search-friendly key phrases that real users might type. Prioritize relevance. Okay, okay. Um, hmm. Rough search volume difficulty, but don't want to pay Ahrefs just yet. G trend. Skip this entirely if you're happy letting the LLM eyeball high, medium, low. Okay, you're an SEO strategist. Group this into 3 to 5 logical themes. For each keyword, output, working title, post type, suggested word count, internal link. Oh wow, okay. Swap free API for SEMrush later.
Like you could test it and see if it's any good.
But it's not okay, so it's using SEO summary.io. What is that? Oh, I just made that up. It's the SEO summary. It doesn't exist. Oh my god. Bro, what are the other tools using? So SEObot.ai. What is this guy using? Okay, it doesn't have a list of providers. Okay. Um,
Do you think we can get the results from the free plan, or
which
the API access requires there is a free plan for SM Rush.
SEMrush free plan? SEMrush API. No, API requires business.
Ah, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
business subscription. I mean, I was expecting this surfer thing to be find gaps. Yeah.
What the hell is the bundled plan?
Fill gaps in your content. Oh,
Starter plan. Href starter plan.
Hmm. Okay. This seems interesting. I don't know if they have an API or a tracker. Oh, okay. Included calls 500, additional calls 5 cents. Looks decent. I don't know if the results are good or if they're
See,
believable.
so for most, the API goes under the business plan.
This one looks good.
How much?
Word tracker.
How much is the word tracker for?
It's 60 a month, and that includes 500, and then additional calls are just 5 cents each.
It's cheaper than the one I'm checking. The one I'm checking is SE ranking.
SE ranking?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's saying keyword tool. Was it? What's the one? Keyword tool? Was it?
Accurate and
Is
affordable. Sign me up. Where is it? Where's the pricing? Please tell me where the pricing. Oh my God.
check,
Okay. All right,
check out
20 a month.
Sheer SEO. Check out Sheer SEO. I think this is a good hit.
Does it have an API?
It's in AppSumo lifetime.
It just crawls Google. What is this? You want keyword volume? I don't know if this has it. No.
It's 49 lifetime.
No. It doesn't return keyword volume and competitiveness and all of that.
There's a whole list of stuff here in AppSumo. Click link.
Okay, you gotta pay them to start. It's 100 months just to get started. Okay,
Surfer.
yeah. It does too much though. It tries to. It can rank. It can write articles for you. This we don't need that. Moz sounds interesting. Um, if we do like, okay, 50,000 rows. I don't know what 50,000 rows means. Rows of what? Okay, mods sounds interesting. Maybe I just want to see their docs, documentation, like see what a sample response would look like. Keyword.
Just give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I can't hear you. I went back to my old.
Can you hear me now?
I switched back to the old one because that one ran out of charge, and I can't hear you.
Why? What's the
Just a
problem?
sec.
Hello?
Can't hear anything. So
Hello?
strange.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. I actually I think
Hello?
this is. Can you hear me?
Hello?
I think this is
Yeah,
okay.
I
Like
can hear you.
I'll just ditch my AirPods and then just hear you on the desktop. It should be fine.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. All right. Let's just do this.
okay.
Must sounds interesting, but their docs are rubbish, so
There's,
I don't even know if it
there's, there,
works.
there are so many promises, man, with these Spark tools. There are so many promises. I'm not sure if they're any good though.
Yeah. Oh, pa pa pa.
GSC doesn't provide you with a keyword volume.
What's that?
GSC, Google.
Yeah, I didn't. GSC API. It doesn't tell you. I mean, it would return data specific to the person's website, so you can ask them to connect to
Yeah.
their Google Search Console, and then you can see like how many clicks they're getting, impressions, the position for their site. So it kind of tells
Yeah,
you
but
like the
not
current
keywords.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tells you the current state of how things are, but it doesn't tell you like what's possible, like what target keywords can you go after, are they competitive or are they not competitive? Maybe we can wait, let me see if deep research is up to the task. Okay, help me figure out how I can use an API in order to power this solution, so that I can discover keywords that the user could potentially go after using new content and figure out their competitiveness and feed that back to the LLM, so that we can come up with a content strategy. So help me find API solutions that are affordable that could meet this need.
Keywords everywhere.
Monthly budget.
Can you check out keywords everywhere?
Can I what?
Hold on. I'm not sure if they have an API. Keywords everywhere. Yeah, they have. They have an API.
It seems like there's a browser extension.
Mhm.
Okay, this one gives us 500 searches for sites, keywords, and links per day, and provides API access, and it's 100 a month. 500 per day. I think that's okay. But it's hard to guess, right? I mean, you're going to come up with keywords and you can have multiple keywords per client. So like, you're going to search for multiple keywords and then you, yeah, maybe it's a bit restrictive.
Just, yeah.
Maybe it's not enough.
Well, do we have to worry much about what's enough in the MVP? Maybe the free plan will do, but they don't like. I know the free plan. I think Href gives you like a month money back something.
Maybe the what? The free plan? They don't have a free plan. Are you
No,
talking
I think
about
money back or something
money
with
back?
Href
Oh,
back
hmm. Yeah,
cancel anytime.
maybe we just use Ahrefs. Just give me a sec. Ah, let's just try the Ahrefs API. Uh, so if I pick, uh, okay, and then I paste in the API key. So we want keyword ideas. I guess that's what we want. Ugh, it just gives me an error saying insufficient plan. Oh, this is useless. Yeah, you gotta pay him $500 a month to get access.
500.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. How is anyone supposed to do anything? Okay, data for SEO, huge global keyword database. Okay, it seems like data for SEO is what we need.
Let's check if they have a trial for the MVP.
Let me just double check pricing. SERP API. No, not SERP API. We want uh hmm. It doesn't have search volume. Keyword suggestions live. Okay.
Data for SEO for Ukraine. There is the keywords data API. Does it? Does it? I mean, it says that it has the keywords, but there is no direct link to it.
Which
The data for SEO, it has like submodules for
it says it
data, the
has yeah.
clickstream data,
Yeah, it's this one.
but there's no
Keyword
direct keyword
suggestions.
access though.
Provide search queries that include the specified seed keyword. So it doesn't tell you yeah, it's like an autocomplete thing. It doesn't give you the yeah, it does like search based on the specific keywords. All right, man. This was uh this was a long one. 2.5 hours. Uh yeah. I guess we're in the meaty bits. Um we can skip
You don't
over
have.
SEO and not connect to an SEO tool. Um then that way, you're basically just relying on its intuition about what it thinks is a high volume and what is low volume or what's low competition. Um, yeah. Or, we can try to find one of these tools, pay up the big bucks, and then, see if there's an opportunity there. Or we could somehow like use the dashboard. Like we have Ahrefs. If we could somehow automate it, using like maybe we do the keyword research, and then just feed the results manually. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a way around for the MVP. It's one way to do things. Maybe you can automate the browser and just get the data.
Yeah, this is so stupid though.
It is, but I'm talking about like for the MVP, we just want to test the fact that people actually want to pay for it.
Yeah.
You know? And then if we get some hits, we can opt for it.
Hmm. So basically, yeah, it doesn't mention anything about how it does research your site audience and keywords, and then make a content plan. Okay, yeah, okay. Anyway, all right, man. I guess we're gonna have to stop it here. Maybe we continue later with a clear idea of how we're gonna move forward with this SEO thing. Like I'm thinking either we skip it entirely or we figure out some other way for getting the data um to the LLM. Well, I don't know exactly how, but maybe we have a chance between now and then to think about it.
Okay.
All right, guys.